What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Veggie's Daily Fantasy Football Corner. We're back for the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. I'm so excited to be here with my friend Mckenna. How you feeling today, Mckenna?
I'm a little nervous, but I'm ready.
Let's do it to it. We're both going to give our picks, and hopefully our lineups do well. We both have two separate lineups, and we're going to give our players to give to you right now. I'm going to start off with my quarterback position. I'm going to do Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill has a lot of value for the Tennessee Titans. He's valued at 5,800 DK bucks. He's a running quarterback, and I think he's going to run that thing in. Even with the return of King Henry, I still think he's going to get it done. Mckenna, who do you got for your first quarterback pick?
So I chose Matt Stafford. He was going for 6,200, and
it's a good pick too.
I think the Rams defense is going to make him shine this week. He's not my dream quarterback pick, but I wanted flexibility in my salary cap. So if him, Kupp, and Odell can keep a good rhythm going, I think they'll do good.
Nice. Yeah, I was thinking about picking Matthew Stafford as well, but I don't know. I guess we'll just see who does better. I do like that pick, though. If you're looking for value, I'd go with Ryan Tannehill. If you're looking for guaranteed points, I'd go with Matthew Stafford against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Next up is our running back one position. I'll let Mckenna take away who it is because we both have the exact same person.
King Derrick Henry is going against Daddy Joe Burrow this week. He was the star player of my ESPN fantasy team. My co-owner and I, Mari, we spent almost half our auction on him, so it was like $94. So we took a gamble with him. He did get injured in week 8, but he is back and ready to come.
He is back. And I can't wait to see him play, man. People are saying he's not going to get the totes. He's not going to get this. He's not going to get that. But it's the playoffs, man. If he's healthy, I don't know. That guy's a beast.
I mean, he's huge. What are you going to do? Insert meme here of him next to the little other short guy on the field.
He's a big human being, and I would not want to be against him in the secondary running full speed. So that's who we both have. King Henry at running back number 1. He's the most expensive running back. Hopefully that pans out for us, being that we want bang for a buck here. Next up, my running back 2 is going to be Keyshawn Vaughn of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I had to change this about 2 minutes ago. I did have Jet McKinnon in there. However, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is expected to play on Sunday. He wasn't expected to play earlier today, actually, but I just checked the injury report, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire looks like he's on track to play, so I can't play Jet McKinnon. However, with the absence of Leonard Fournette not looking good, and with Ronald Jones II doubtful, it looks like Keyshawn Vaughn is due for another big week here for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
My second running back is Aaron Jones on the Packers. He's coming off an injury as well. And his points have fluctuated over the season, but as long as Rodgers hands the ball off to him, I think he has a good chance against the 49ers defense.
Not only hands the ball off, I think if Aaron Rodgers dumps the ball off to him and gets those PPR points, you're going to like that pick with Aaron Jones, because Aaron Jones is one of the most versatile players in the whole league.
I hope so, yeah.
And the Packers just always seem to find a way to get it done. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense, but that's how you get a lot of points in this game, is by stuff not making sense. Next up, we're going to navigate to our 3 wide receiver positions. My number 1 is Deebo Samuel. A lot of people are really riding the Deebo Samuel train, and I'm going to hop right on that train this week, as I didn't pick him last week, and it kind of screwed me over. With picking Deebo Samuel, I'm going to have to forfeit not picking Davante Adams. Even though, I love Davante Adams in a playoff game at Lambeau, he just cost too much for the guys that I want to fit in my lineup this week, so I'm hoping to get the bang for my buck with Deebo Samuel, valued at 7,600 DK bucks. And we'll pass it over to Mckenna for her first wide receiver position.
Is Daddy Odell. Probably should have picked Kupp, but I went with Odell because he went off last week and has been having a good start to the playoffs. Odell Sr. at a Division, and it's working out for both of them. Looking at his stats, he's guaranteed probably 1 touchdown, but as long as he can keep pushing through the Bucs defense, I could see him doing well. It's a tough call, but I think the Rams are going to pull out a win this week.
That is a tough call, and I know you said earlier that you really wanted to pick Kupp. That would be tough. Cup is valued at like $9,200, just a
With-
ton of money.
Yeah, and Odell is valued at $5,300.
Yeah, so that's a $4,300 difference. It's not even in the same zip code as far as how much salary cap you're saving and picking OBJ versus Cooper Kupp. And Odell had more points than Kupp last week, actually, I think.
Right.
He had about
He
2
went
more
off.
points than him. So, I don't know. I like the matchup. Tampa Bay's got a good secondary, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes. You got to get lucky with some of these picks, but I do really like that pick as well. Next up, I have A.J. Brown. So I'm stacking. I have a 3 Titan stack this week. I have Ryan Tannehill, Derrick Henry as well. I don't know if he's going to dump it off to him a lot, but he still will run the thing. So we'll say it's a 3 Titan stack, but it's a 2 quarterback wide receiver stack. Tannehill to A.J. Brown. When A.J. Brown is on the same page as Ryan Tannehill, it's virtually unstoppable. He's had games where he's at 37, 41, unbelievable games, and he's only valued at $6,200. I think that has to do a little bit with not playing last week because they were on bye. But I do like this matchup. I do like A.J. Brown in this slate, and hopefully he does very well for me on my wide receiver 2 slot.
My second wide receiver is Tyreek Hill on the Chiefs. He was another one of my ESPN fantasy players this year. And he was going off in the beginning. I don't want the Chiefs to win personally, but I think Hill is one of Kansas City's standout offensive players because he just continues to receive the ball with absolutely no effort. I think he'll easily get around the Bills' defense, so he can rack up the yards this week. Maybe score a touchdown or 2. I won't spoil who my tight end is, so it really won't matter if Mahomes neglects him this game. But
yeah, I like Tyreek has the ability to go off for like 60-some points. He did that last year against Tampa Bay. So I do like the Tyreek Hill pick. It's just risky because sometimes he goes off, sometimes he doesn't. I don't know. That's the luck of the draw, but I do like the pick this week versus a team that they're going to need to score a lot of points against, and that's the Buffalo Bills. Last up, I have Al Lazard. Al Lazard is my safety net for not picking Devontae Adams. When Aaron Rodgers and Al Lazard are on, I like the Al Lazard pick in this case. He's a good target, especially in the red zone. And like I said, when they click, Al Lazard seems to put up a good amount of fantasy points, especially valued at $4,400. So I'm looking for good value here out of Al Lazard as my wide receiver 3.
I have Juwan Jennings from the 49ers, and honestly, I don't even know who this guy is, but it looked like he went off against the Rams a few weeks ago. So hopefully he gets playing time. That's number 1. And if he does get playing time, then I hope he's a playoff god waiting to emerge. Neither of those two are probably going to happen, but because they have Deebo Samuel. But hopefully the Packers are going to double up on Deebo Samuel, so Daddy Garoppolo will pass to Jennings.
I also had Jennings, and I took him out. I took him out yesterday. Yeah, I had him, but I don't want to spoil who my flex is yet, but I did have him in my flex spot to fit. I don't remember if I had Kupp in there. I had either a better running back or something to fit Juwan Jennings in there, but I decided to take him out so I could adjust my lineup accordingly. But yeah, I do like that pick as well. I don't know much about the guy, but he does seem to put up fantasy points, and that's all we care about is putting up those fantasy points. Right. Me and Mckenna have the same tight end, Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce was a monster last week against Pittsburgh. And like I said, just like she has Tyreek Hill, Kansas City Chiefs are going to have to put up a ton of points. And especially when it's the playoffs, they're going to be looking to their power guys, and they're going to be looking to their fast guys. Who are those two guys? Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. So me and Mckenna both have Travis Kelce at our tight end spot. He's projected 17.9 points. I think it's going to be a lot more than that. My flex spot, I'm going with another tight end. People are not going to like this, but I love it for this specific reason. Tyler Higbee. Tyler Higbee and Matthew Stafford are on a tear last week. Tyler Higbee had about 10.7 points against who the Rams play against last week. I don't remember now. It was only like
Cowboys.
3 days ago. No, they played the Cardinals. Yeah, they played them on Monday. See, the days just go by. I don't even remember sometimes. But I like the connection that Matthew Stafford and Tyler Higbee had. They didn't have it in the red zone. However, this week against Tampa Bay, they're going to need the points, and they're going to need Tyler Higbee to step up. So that's why I like him for good value at my flex spot as my last skilled player. It's Tyler Higbee.
I will say I picked Travis Kelce for my tight end because he's daddy Travis Kelce. There's no way I wasn't going to pick him. He's one of the best tight ends in the league, and he's also one of the hottest guys in the league. So, period, he's just going to go off because he's daddy.
Facts. He kind of looks like my one. He's a good musician named Gashi. If you don't know who Gashi is, look him up. Gashi's super dope, and he looks just like Travis Kelce. What do you got for your flex?
Emmanuel Sanders on the Bills. I should
That's a good
probably take my flex players more seriously, but I was getting down to the wire on my salary cap. I mean, not really, but I really wanted a good defense, and I kind of put this together very quickly, but we'll see. I mean...
You had Emmanuel Sanders for actual fantasy,
Yes,
right?
I did. So,
He has those games, man, where he can go off. It's random. It's all, I don't want to say it's all luck of the draw, but if the situation calls for it, if his play is drawn up and he's open, Emmanuel Sanders has been doing it for a long time, and I think he's going to continue to do that this week against the Chiefs. That's going to be a great game. I can't wait to watch that game on Sunday. Can't wait to watch all the games this week, actually, but that one especially.
Points, so.
Yeah, 9.6. That's pretty good. I think you might get more than that, but we shall see. The thing about DraftKings is it sucks because you don't actually know until it happens, and you're sitting there like before the game's gonna start, and you're like, oh, should I change this? Should I change that? You just gotta stick with your guys, unless they're obviously injured, then you gotta replace them. But if the injury report looks good and the time calls for it, you just gotta go with your gut and pick those guys, man. My defense special teams is Green Bay. This was the top, the most expensive defense. They're going against San Francisco, who's really banged up on offense. I actually have $100 left over, so unfortunately I could pick the best defense available. I think Green Bay is going to have the most points defense special teams wise versus all the other ones. The other matchups are just way too many points against too good of offenses. So I like Green Bay here against San Francisco. Maybe getting a Jimmy G, maybe getting a strip sack, maybe 2 strip sacks. That's all you need, man, to keep those points up above like 5 or 6. So I like the Green Bay defense here.
I spent $3,000 on my defense this week, and I picked the Rams. I mean, there's really no explanation needed. They have Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Donald. So basically, the only explanation is the offense has to go off, and defense, I think, will do their job.
That was my other one I was going to pick, was the Rams defense. Those are really the two only viable defenses I think you can pick this week in the divisional round, because the Chiefs are going to get a ton of points. Bills are going to get a ton of points. You can eliminate them too. Cincinnati's going to, Cincinnati does get sacked a little bit, but I still think they're going to put up too many points to negate those sacks. Yeah, man. We have the two best defenses, I think. I think it's going to be either Green Bay at number 1, Rams number 2, or Rams number 1 and Green Bay number 2. We shall see at the end of the day. You did a good job.
This was a tough choice. All teams are like really stacked, so
they're stacked, especially offensively, and that sucks for when you're trying to pick a defense.
But that makes it a little bit more fun. So it was really fun doing this.
Yeah, it does, and I can't wait. We're gonna watch the games. We're gonna hopefully they run up the points, man. You did a good job. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, everybody.
Wait. I want to shout 2 people out. One is my sister Maddie and my best friend Mari, and they put their blood, sweat, and tears into our fantasy team this year and did so good. And
shout out to Maddie and Mari.
They're so inspiring for women in fantasy, and I just want to shout out all the women in fantasy because they're not shouted out enough. So
Did they help you make that? Did they help you make this stellar lineup or no?
I had a little bit of help from my sister, but I can say I probably did this on my own, so it was fun.
Yeah, I mean, fantasy football is fun, man, for people of all. I mean, obviously you have to be old enough to gamble, but I want to say, if fantasy football is fun for everybody. I love it. McKenna loves it. We all love it.
And you better subscribe to this channel.
Shout out to Maddie and Mari too. I know you're gonna watch this.
And don't be a hater. Subscribe to this channel.
Everybody, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Me and Hero Spells Studios and McKenna would greatly appreciate it if you guys took a second out of your time watching this video, out of your day. Subscribe to the channel, like the video.
Comment on the video because I'm going to be in the comments interacting. So comment on this video because I want to
critique
interact
us
with you guys.
We take all critiques and we take them to heart. So if you say, hey, this lighting sucks, or talk like this, do this, please put that in the comments. Take it away. Go ahead. Say goodbye to everybody. Thanks, guys, for tuning into the video. We'll see you next week in the NFC AFC Championship week. We're out.